gosh, I didn't know you cared.
That dog's like Debo.
Yeah.
Constantly kissing.
Yep.
That's all, folks.
Right, I'm going up.
Okay. Okay, the special features are the Looney Tunes Guide to Fairy Tales. Let's play the DVD.
Once upon a time, long, long ago.
Fairy tales. These are the stories that have been told for generations all over the world.
Come on, wake up, you lazy good-for-nothing!
Whether you're in ancient China or an enchanted forest,
Hello, nature. I love yous.
they all have a few things in common.
This looks like a job for the Masked Avenger. But since he ain't around, I guess I'll have to take care of it myself.
And thanks to a scholarly gent named Joseph Campbell, now you can learn the key ingredients for making a classic fairy tale.
Whoa! Whoa! Help the wall! Whoa! What a joke! What a joy!
So join me as we take a look at the Looney Tunes Guide to Fairy Tales to see how a classic fairy tale is made. Ah, the Looney Tunes Guide to Fairy Tales, with 5 easy steps to an enchanted story. Today, we will see how these 5 steps work together to make a classic fairy tale as we follow along with the story Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. The story of Goldilocks and the 3 Bears starts off in a quaint little cottage in the forest. In this cottage lived 3 bears: Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. They were all quite hungry and sat down to eat some porridge. But the porridge was too hot.
It's too hot.
So the 3 bears decided to go for a ride in the forest while their meals cooled off. While the 3 bears were gone, along came Goldilocks, which brings us to step 1, the call to adventure. As Goldilocks skipped through the forest, her curiosity served as the call into adventure. And she skipped over to the cottage to answer that call. When Goldilocks snuck inside, she found...
Hey, what is this, a frame-up? Who are you?
Why, I'm little Goldilocks. Isn't this where the 3 bears live?
This is Grandma's dump, and I'm waiting for Red Riding Hood.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not how the story goes. Wrong house. And wrong story, Goldilocks. Let's try this again, shall we? Perhaps we just need a change of characters. So, as I was saying, Papa, Mama, and Baby leave their hot porridge to take a walk in the forest.
I don't like porridge. I want a mouth.
You'll eat your porridge and like it.
And along came Goldilocks. Goldie Mouse.
Porridge?
Yes, porridge. Anyway, Papa, Mama, and Baby return home to find that Goldie Mouse has eaten the porridge.
Somebody's been eating my porridge, and thank goodness it's all gone.
Which brings us to step 2, the hero's challenge. In this story, the challenge for Sylvester is that he needs to catch Goldie Mouse.
I want a mouse.
Spoiled brat cat. All right, Goldie Mouth. Now I got...
Okay, Sylvester, I think we get the point. We can see that your challenge is that you need to catch Goldie Mouse. Now, this is hopeless. Perhaps Sylvester will have more luck with a different story. Oh, here's a good one. A giant beanstalk grows out from some magical beans. The beanstalk carries our hero Sylvester to a land up in the clouds. Sylvester finds his way to the castle of a giant in this strange land.
Look at the size of that house!
And now, back to our lesson. Step 1, the call to adventure. Sylvester sees the giant's large pet Tweety bird and tries to catch it.
I thought I saw a itty bitty putty cat.
Step 2, the hero's challenge.
Fee-fi-fo-fat, I thought I saw a pudding cat!
The giant hangs Tweety's cage up high, where it is difficult to reach. Which brings us to our third step. Success and gaining something great.
Ooh, that putty cat up to something.
Success, finally.
Help!
And then our hero continues on to the next step. They return to the ordinary world. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Tweety? The hero can't return to the ordinary world without the prize.
Help! Help! The putty cat got me.
Oh, Sylvester, you sneak. You didn't really catch Tweety, which means you didn't complete the third step. Again. Oh, I've had it up to here with you. How are we supposed to learn how to make a fairy tale with you as our hero? That's it. New story. And better yet, new hero. Maybe now Little Red Riding Hood will work. Little Red Riding Hood is the story of a little girl who wanted to visit her grandmother's house. Hey, what are you doing here? I thought I told you... Oh, never mind. As I was saying, step 1, the call to adventure. Little Red Riding Hood leaves to visit her grandmother. Step 2, the hero's challenge. Sylvester and the Big Bad Wolf beat Red Riding Hood to her grandmother's house.
And stay out!
And they wait for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive.
Come in, little lady. Quick, what's that kid's name again? Red Riding Hood. Come in, little Red Riding Hood.
Good morning, Granny. I brought you a present. My Granny, what big eyes, nose, and sharp teeth you have.
The better to see and smell and eat you with.
Oh, it's a big bad wolf.
Hurry! Step 3, success and gaining something great. Little Red Riding Hood successfully escapes the clutches of the Big Bad Wolf and Sylvester. And on to step 4, return to the ordinary world. Little Red Riding Hood hops on the bus to return back home. Ah, yes, it looks like we're on the home stretch, eh, Red? Just one more step to go.
Ow! Why in the kisser?
Hey, don't end the story now. We haven't gotten to the 5th step yet. Oh, this is never going to work. These crazy characters will never get it right. What would Joseph Campbell think about all of this? Now, what is this? Oh, it's just you, Tom Thumb. Well, what's the use? If I try to follow along with the steps of the Looney Tunes Guide to Fairy Tales, something is bound to get messed up along the way again. All right, if you insist. The story of Tom Thumb is about a little boy who is no bigger than, well, a thumb. Tom did things any other little boy would do, except every little thing was a big challenge for someone the size of a thumb. One day, his father asked him to help wash the dishes.
I sure will, Pop. Spick and span.
While cleaning, Tom accidentally falls into a basin of water.
Help!
And then some little bird comes along and saves him. And, wait a minute. Yes, of course, the little yellow bird. The Looney Tunes Guide to Fairy Tales. Step 1, the call to adventure. A little bird notices that Tom Thumb has fallen into a basin of water. Step 2, the hero's challenge. The little bird can't get into the house to save Tom because all of the windows and doors are closed. Step 3, success and gaining something great. The little bird gets into the house and saves little Tom Thumb. Not only once, but the little bird saves Tom Thumb again when Tom wanders outside into the dangerous snowstorm. Step 4, return to the ordinary world. The little bird brings Tom Thumb back to his home where he belongs.
Hi, Pop.
And yes, step 5. Being great in the ordinary world. Tom Thumb's father is so grateful that the little bird has saved his son that he lets the little bird live with them in their house, away from the dangers outside. And there you have it, the Looney Tunes Guide to Fairy Tales. If any story's hero follows these 5 steps, you will have a grade A classic fairy tale on your hands. And as we just learned, the story's hero may come from the most unlikely of places sometimes. So thanks, Joseph Campbell, for figuring out the steps of a fairy tale for us. And in case you were wondering, Tom Thumb, his father, and the little yellow bird lived happily ever after.
The end. (2007) Warner Brothers Entertainment Inc. All rights reserved. Okay, the trailers could be Looney Tunes, a cam accessory with cheat codes and many more. So let's go.
Product not yet rated.
What's up, Doc? What an ignoramus. Shoot him now! Shoot him now!
Oh dear. Of course you know this means war. You're despicable.
Boom.
Deep in the forest, hidden for decades, a magical village is about to reappear.
Would someone tell me what we're waiting for? I'm missing my beauty sleep.
The Smurfs Season 1, Volume 1 is parading onto DVD. Join Papa,
This is indeed a grand occasion.
Hefty,
You're all smurfing the head.
Brainy,
Papa Smurf's gonna be real mad at me.
Smurfette,
Yeah, I'm back.
and all the little blue ones as they outwit Gargamel.
I smell Smurfs.
Step back into Smurf Village for the first 19 cartoons.
Oh, goody Smurf.
2 discs of Smurf-tacular memories. Little creatures,
I'm not a mouse. I'm a Smurf.
big adventures.
Smurfy